YouTube, what's going on, and welcome back to another reaction. Metallica, continuing on. We jump into a different moment in time today. I got a comment recently, and I can't remember who it was from. My apologies. But I got a comment recently saying that there was a bit of a gap in my Metallica journey so far. Mostly, we've basically done older stuff. The first three albums, obviously, Ride the Lightning. We've done. I think Ride the Lightning. We've done the most individual songs from. We've started to dabble in things like Injustice for All. We've done a few songs from Master of Puppets. But sort of the first quarter or third of their career, I guess you'd say. And obviously we've done only the one recent song, but we still have looked at a new recent song in Spit Out the Bone. There's a big gap in I guess the 90s and 2000s, I guess, where we just haven't looked at. So someone suggested to maybe look at that little section a little bit before we go back to doing some of the older stuff again. And they have a very good point, because honestly, why not? I have no reason not to. It just kind of has happened that a lot of the requests have been the older songs. We're doing Fuel today, which was one of his suggestions. Which is 1997. It's on Reload. I know there were like two albums that were close together, like a year apart or something. Or I could be wrong. Maybe I'm just making that up actually. But I know that this is from Reload, and there's an album called Load, and I think those two were like close together or slightly related or something like that. Apparently the track was released in 98 though, but the album was 97? Okay. Maybe there was a single or a video or something. It's called Fuel. It's 4.5 minutes long. Oh, just to double check, because I had one that was 4.5 minutes, and then like I just tested to make sure the video was good, and the very first lyric was wrong. So I changed to another one, and that one was 5.5 minutes. So I don't know if there's two different versions of the song, or if it had slowed it down for copyright purposes, maybe. There's an official video, it looks like it's 4.5 minutes. So hopefully this is the right version. If any lyrics are wrong, I apologise, but it's not a big deal. We're here for the music, and I have the correct lyrics in another tab anyway, so, you know. But anyway, Fuel, short and sweet. I feel like the shorter songs we've done so far from Metallica are usually quite compact, energetic, which will be interesting, because I've been listening to Bon Iver all morning. So, I've not been having much energy in my music this morning, so it'll be interesting to see what happens. Let's go. Okay, Fuel. Let's kick it.
Give me fuel, give me fire, give me that which I desire.
That was the lyrics, the double, as opposed to that way. Yeah, it's getting out there long. It's not a big deal. I had to sneeze. Oh fuck it, we'll talk about its pause. We'll talk about its pause. This one's interesting to me because okay, so this song is about, you know, adrenaline junkie, cars and driving fast, and I like the line about he said headlights, headlines, another junkie drive too fast. Obviously, he's been in an accident and has died or whatever. But it's just it's a different way to put that. It's kind of like, it's not about, oh no, it's really sad. It's kind of just like, it's just about that sort of aggressive and, you know, nitro junkie. He says, "Give me fuel, give me fire." Just like living fast and driving cars and maybe crashing and dying, and that's just the risk of the job, you know. But no, but it's interesting because obviously, we said at the preface of the video, we haven't really done. I've done nothing. Like at least 5, maybe 10 years either side of this song. To me, this song, and people will disagree with me, and that's fine. Maybe if I listen to it a few more times, or by the end of the song, or, you know, listen to more songs from this era, I guess I might change my mind. But I feel like it's a little bit less, it's a little bit more standard, maybe, you know, metal rock, whatever. But it's a little bit more, it's a little bit less Metallica. Like, I feel like a lot of their songs are like so standout and so strong and just so Metallica, I guess. It's hard to describe. I've not really, like, I was trying to think while I was listening, but I couldn't really. I was like, I don't know if I'm going to be able to say this elegantly, so let me just ramble instead. It just feels a little bit more standard, a little bit more straightforward to me. Obviously, there's still some of the song to go, but I feel like maybe the Metallica identity isn't quite as strong with this one. You know, and obviously you can still recognize the specific, like, I can still recognize James's voice. Like, if I heard this and didn't know the song, I wouldn't immediately go, oh yeah, that's a Metallica song, if that makes sense. Even though obviously I could still recognize James's voice, I can still recognize relatively Hammett's style, that sort of sound that they get. I've been told comes from the downpicking, the sort of grungy sound. I've been told I'm not supposed to use that word because grunge is a specific subgenre which is nothing like metal. I know what grunge is. I'm the Nirvana fan, and I know what grunge is. I mean, like, as far as what the word, just as a descriptive word, as opposed to like the genre specifically. That's just what it makes me think of, like a muddy sound almost. And you can hear that a little bit on the guitar as well. But I don't know. We'll keep going. Let's hear the rest of it. It's a good song though. I'm not saying it's a bad song. It's still a very, like, full, heavy sound in the guitar. Like, murky. There we go. Oh, it's redeemed, dude. Very interesting. Okay, so obviously I feel like some people probably will have seen this. People usually get a little bit annoyed when the lyrics are wrong. Obviously, we know the line is "that which I desire," not "double which I desire." I don't know where they've got that extra syllable from, the lyric video creator there, but it's not a big deal. It doesn't matter. We know what the line is. No, it's very interesting. I like the song. It was a good song, and I almost wonder if maybe I'm looking into it a little too much, because like a lot of the Metallica songs we've done so far, you really delve into what the song's about. You know, Creeping Death. Oh, there's this cool like grand story about, and you've got like Ride the Lightning. Obviously, the lyric is about his friend who died, and that's quite like a sad story. And you can relate just that general sadness to your own experiences. You know, one's obviously about the dude who got blown up in the war and just the impacts and like that sort of thing. I think maybe there's a chance I'm just looking into this a little too much, because you have the opportunity with those sort of songs to get more a little bit tuned in with those and relate to those and relate your experiences and make that connection. Maybe I'm looking too much for that, and this is a song that isn't about that. It's about, you know, and obviously I don't drive. I'm learning, but I don't like I'm learning. That's it, you know. So I don't have this essence in me right now. And I'm also very, very, very scared, basically, honestly, because I don't want to crash and die. So I'm a very, very safe driver. So maybe it's just part of that. But I think when I take the song as what it is okay. It's a hype song, you know. You get there, you know, a concert, you just like bang your head and get lost in the crowd or whatever, you know, or you can use it to hype yourself up. You could use it to get some energy. You could work out to it. You could run to it. Like there's that sort of just energetic, get that sort of energy out sort of song. I think that was a good song. You know, yeah, it was a good song. It had the energy. It had a great solo in it. And you know, the lyrics are about like living life fast, and it had all that. So maybe that, I think if I take it at that sort of slightly more surface level, I think it was still a good song. And it is hard to comment too much on the wider context of it, of the song's existence, knowing that I don't know what happened in those few years between whatever the last song before this I listened to was to get to this point, and then obviously what they did after this and what the rest of the album's like and that sort of thing. I don't know that. I don't have that context. But it just kind of felt like, yeah, I don't know, maybe the identity wasn't quite as strong there, maybe. But I don't know, it's hard, because it's a first, like I said, it's a first reaction. That's just the nature of doing these videos. It's a first reaction. It's the first time I've heard the song in my life. My opinion could be completely different on it. A few listens of this song later, it could be completely different on it. You know, 2 months from now, when I've maybe done some more songs from this album or from other albums closer to this album, you know what I mean? With the context, and obviously everyone, the people watching this who are fans of Metallica are gonna maybe also have different opinions, maybe similar opinions, but they might have developed that opinion a little bit more. They might have completely different opinions. You might completely disagree with me, and all that's based on, aside from just your opinions of whether they like the music or not, all that is obviously also based on knowing their music a lot better than I do, and this specific aspects of their career or time in their discography a lot better than I. But overall, it was a good song. I don't want to let that take away from the fact that I did think that was a good song and I did enjoy it for what it was. And now that I've listened to this and I've thought about it like that, I'm interested to hear more from that sort of era of Metallica, so to speak, as well, to see how it compares and to see sort of where they were at with their career and their sound. Because obviously I know they didn't lose it. I'm not saying like, oh, maybe they lost there, because obviously we did Spit Out the Bone, and when was that? 2016, and that was a freaking banger, dude. I've listened to that a few times since. It's still a banger. So like I know that they still had it in him, and this was still a good song. I'm just interested to hear more. As always, I'm interested to hear more. But it was a great suggestion, though, and it was a great suggestion not just the song itself, but to do something from this time. Because yeah, I guess I had been bundling up some of the earlier songs, because it is what it is. Those are the most popular songs, and those are what people ask for. So obviously, those are what I sort of want to do, what people want to see. But as far as the journey goes, yeah, this was a great decision, I think, and I'm excited to check out more from, you know, a few years before this, around this time, a few years after, whatever. But for now, thank you for watching. Sorry, the uploads have been a little bit scarce the past few days. I've just I don't know, I've just had a bit of a lull. I don't really have a real excuse for it. I'm not going to try and make an excuse for it. I'm just going to try and keep moving forward and continue to try and get back on the grind and get back to uploading daily again, and you know, forget about any excuses I may have, because yeah, it's whatever. We just keep going. Thank you for watching. I appreciate everyone infinitely, and I'll see you in the next video. So peace out, guys.